Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. So we're here once again on the channel to go ahead and do some very fun things over here on the game, because Global, once again, has been out for a little while now. Been doing some grinding of my own, but I basically went and beat Demon Hendrickson and then went back to JP for the current events because of how they've been dropping banners on this game. It's been hard to try and stay invested when every week the banner that comes out is a coin shop banner or characters that I'm not really too keen on pulling for. But the thing I've been really looking forward to is Coin Merlin, and I've been trying to go for her a little bit, trying to get some pulls for her. I've seen videos of people getting shafted on like thousands and thousands of gems. And it's how it goes. It happens. She goes away in 2 days as well, so it's pretty much the last multi build to do for her over here on this account. So I want to do this multi. We'll do some PvP for today and kind of chill for the moment. Global is just kind of doing its own things. There's not a lot to grind right now aside from just straight up like gear and stuff like that. Gear, get your pendants every day. If you get to Training Cave in time, you can get to there. But that's kind of what you're basically supposed to be doing right now in Global. Level 70 is getting that stuff upgraded. That's actually a really good background. That blue background is usually pretty good luck for me. We'll see. I'm getting beat up a little bit, so I'm not sure. But we'll find out. Huh? It is rainbow. Wow, okay. I'll take an SSR. That's good for a final multi. Honestly, that's a net win on a banner like this. On a 3% banner, like any possible SSRs are a net positive, especially at this point in the game. Like I don't have a lot of characters. Characters I need the most right now. Green Melly's really high up there. I know I'm not going to use him very often, but like he's still pretty solid. I didn't actually reroll for him, but okay, that's like bottom 2. Like literally, Hendrickson is the lowest on my priority list right now, and could not be less exciting to upgrade. He's good for the Ignite team, and he has his moments where he's worth using, but in the current state of the game, honestly, this green Hendrickson has a lot more versatility. He has a healing card. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. He has a healing card, and he's just like, the rejuvenation he gives you healing at the start of your turn as well, which is nice. Additional recovery as well, which is super nice. So I'm not going to use blue Hendrickson for a lot of purposes. But I mean, SSRs are SSRs, right? In the future, he'll be a coin, which is even better. So I'll take that. For right now, though, let's just go ahead and do some PvP. I've been slacking on it a little bit, I think. So there's no time like the present to go ahead and do it. I've basically just been trying to grind out my stuff and just kind of do my own stuff in terms of gear. I got like my Blue King, a nice piece of SSR gear that I've been working on, but I'm definitely not going to be going super hard on Global, I've realized. I was planning on playing it at least a little bit to try and rush to Hendrickson and like get to a pretty good place, but because of like when it dropped and stuff like that, I've been like rushing to get a bunch of stuff done. There's been a lot of job stuff I've had to get sorted because now we're doing like our actual workshops online. So trying to figure out how confidentiality works when it comes to an online environment. What does it look like when any one person in the group could hit record on their side? How do we work around that? How do we avoid it? How do we avoid people getting numbers of people? So it's been a lot of stressing about that. Which doesn't give me a lot of time to like, I don't know, focus on like rushing story or grinding a ton. Doesn't help that JP also has like a really cool event right now. JP dropped an event recently, which has a Lilia, which is like a boss fight raid, which is super cool and super fun to do. If I want to do a video on that at some point, I'm streaming it a ton over on Twitch. Been pretty fun. Well, that's kind of where I am right now. Doing YouTube is definitely something that I've thought about a lot, and I've definitely wanted to try and get back to it. It's very hard when I have to think of myself like making a thumbnail and stuff like that, though. I think it's a matter of, I get very overwhelmed by the process behind it more than the actual action of doing it. So I think I'm gonna just do this for now. I'm gonna drag this actually and do that. Because Gustav ult for next turn sounds pretty nice. I've been using him because I didn't actually pull on the banner for Green Merlin, and he's been doing pretty alright for me so far. Green Merlin. Red Merlin, I mean. When she dropped, I didn't end up doing any multis for her because I felt like she was going to be a character I'd pull eventually. She's already in part 1 tickets, so like... basically, any characters in a part 1 ticket, every week you have a chance of getting them. So it's pretty much a guaranteed chance of getting them every single time you log in. So... or a guaranteed chance of working toward getting them every time you log in. So, that's how it goes. I actually think I might buff him. I'm going to do Gustav buff and then do that. This way it does a little bit more damage when I do this. Yeah, the killer iceberg. Hell yeah. Does like no damage though. SR's level 60, definitely not doing super good. Not a bad hand I have here though. There's actually a ton of ult charge currently available. Yeah, I only learned about like moving cards, giving a good amount of ult charge after playing JP for a while. So I'm glad I actually have that kind of knowledge now. So the character you choose to move gets more charge than the one you choose to not, but they both get extra charge. So if I do this, I should get, yeah, I get 2 on Arthur instead of getting 1 like Slater does. I'll do his card as well to make sure I get his ultimate for next turn. Then I'm probably just going to end up trying to freeze the guy with the ultimate. Because that sounds good. It's all just bot stuff anyway right now, but we're dealing with a bot that has higher power than us, which is unfortunate, and it's a reality of the situation on global. I've also just put a lot of time into JP. It's hard to play 2 different versions of a game that you have to like grind gear in, like be competitive in that way. There are people that are playing global right now as like a full-time job. During quarantine, I remember someone on Twitter mentioned they were playing like 12 hours plus per day to try and stay on top of the meta. Which is just how it is at the moment. I don't know. I definitely don't think I could do that. Even if I did have that kind of like time available and that kind of gusto to try and go for being competitive, I end up being too ADHD and I'll swap over to like Bounty Rush in the middle of it. And I'll end up just going from there and forgetting to actually go back to the 7 Deadly Sins. Because I play a lot of gacha games right now. And it's always been how I kind of go about things. I've always been someone that bounces between games and kind of sees what's going on and what events are happening. I reinstalled Unison League this week. Have you played the Unison League? Unison League, I played years and years ago, and I remember it being really weird, and I wasn't really a huge fan of it, but they have a 7 Deadly Sins collab right now, and I was kind of keen on installing it. It's still just as bad as I remember, but I've gotten in that habit of hopping back on games like that, you know? I think I'm going to go ahead and freeze you. I'm going to ult you, and I'm going to do an Arthur swing here. Because if he's frozen, it should let me hit him. Yeah, okay. There you go. Taunts are canceled by freezes. So if you're trying to get rid of someone's counter, if you're trying to get rid of someone's taunt, if you're trying to get rid of all of that, if they don't have something that dispels debuffs, which like the green Diane on JP right now does, they'll end up just getting frozen and like stolen away anyway. Super good. I'm probably going to end up doing a Slater card and then just freezing for now. But yeah, no. Global's been a heck of a thing. I've seen a lot of people actually getting engaged with the game now. A lot of people are doing like the global 2 JP now, which is interesting. I always find that funny when like... So when a global version of a game comes out, the accessibility goes up by a large margin for both versions. And it's something weird to think about, but I realized it where when I'm playing JP now, I have a lot better idea of what I'm trying to press, what I'm trying to do. I know what the anti-aliasing button is now on JP. I didn't know that before. So it's cool to see that kind of swap over, you know? Here, I'm just going to do this for the moment. I could have buffed Gustav to do some extra damage, but we are all Gucci. Good to go, and this should kill. There you go. We're gonna do one more here. I think we have a little bit of time for it. But you know, it's the 7 Deadly Sin, and it's been fun. But I'm trying to figure out how to kind of balance things, because I do think I want to work on both global and JP. At this current time, though, because I don't go out, and I don't, like, go on transit because we're currently in a quarantine, because that's been happening, it's a lot harder to grind stuff because I usually have it on the bus on the side while I'm like playing PS Vita or something. So, or like reading manga, for example. So I'll end up like autoing a bunch of global stuff. I can't do that when I'm always in the house and I'm always playing JP because there's a bunch of events I need to do because of Lilia. So, just a weird time for them to drop global when JP has these kind of stuff. I did my work I needed to though. Probably need to take care of Red Merlin first. I'll be real with you. I'm gonna move over to Slater card, do the big swing, and then just freeze for now. Red Merlin right now is a win condition for a lot of people, especially inside PvP. Bots don't really care as much. That's just the reality of the situation. But when it comes to like actual people, I find the thing that changes how I target people is who is the one that actually, oh, you did the purify. That's kind of scary. Who is the one that actually stops you from doing moves? For example, she got purified and then ended up freezing my 2-star Arthur. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and pop that in the middle there, even though I'm not going to end up actually getting anything off of it. I'm also going to do this. Hopefully she has no freeze this turn. I made them have to use the purify, but I have Slater ult for this turn now, so if they are unable to freeze both Arthur and Slater, I'll be able to get some buffs off, or I'll be able to get my ultimate off. Come on, have no freeze. You know you don't want to have a freeze right now. Watch this. Damn it. If I do buff right now, it actually won't help my case that much. I'm actually just going to do this. And this. Oh, I'm in a bad state. I could have buffed to get my defense up, but it wouldn't have helped Slater. I didn't even draw into the card I needed. I would have needed to draw into the Arthur right there to make that technique actually work, because it would have actually given me the ability to resist all debuffs, because 3-star Arthur does that. And all debuff resisting means that would just be an easy, like, no freezes or petrifies at all. This is going to hurt. This is going to be a rough turn. I use the defense food. I don't know if I use it on this one. But it's gonna hurt. Oh no. I don't really need Gustav that much. Honestly, he wasn't really my win condition right now. That kind of was though. That's actually the god move right there. Because now I have the anti-petrify. Slater ult actually might just kill this. I should do this. I should kill the Merlin. The ult probably would have one-shot the blue king right now, but I feel like confirming the kill on Merlin is more important. King always needs a 2-star. Merlin needs 1. And 1 star is not very hard to come by when it comes to hands of 3 characters. Alrighty, he has ult again for next turn with the king, so I need to focus on him. I think he's going to be the one to kind of take down. I see you trying to petrify. I raise you the fact I can't be petrified right now. I think what I'm going to do is just ultimate, drag this over, and then do this. Because I can get Slater's ult for next turn if I end up drawing 2 more cards. So, we'll see how that goes. How much will this do? Yes! It crit! It crit! Perfect! Easy 20k. Good stuff. In that case, we actually just pretty much win this. Win condition was Red Merlin, and second win condition was like keeping Blue King alive for another turn to use his ultimate. So, not too bad. See, the one problem with Green Meliodas, he can counter. He can certainly counter on any turn he decides to. But I don't need to hit him. And then next turn, when I have my Slater ultimate, I'll just one-shot him. So it makes it so that his counter is less worth it. That's why I like Esterosa on JP right now, because his counter is also a taunt. And that's really, really important. Granted, Green Melly does a lot of damage. He's made to nuke with his passive. Oh, he's going to stun my Slater, actually. Okay. Honestly, not a bad play. I kind of respect it. What I'm going to do is that. Buff my own Arthur. I'm actually going to take a bunch of damage here with this enemy Demon Melly. Or Melly in general. If I do it, take damage. But I do end up getting the chance to get 2 ults next turn. So, not a terribly bad move. Oh, he did the counter. See, the counter doesn't do much for you when I have 2 characters with ultimates, because you can't counter an ultimate. Unfortunately, that's not how the mechanic works. So bye. GG's. Not too bad games today. I think that what I want to do is a long video. I've been watching FG, and FG3000's been doing these longer PvP videos, and it just makes sense to me as well. We've always done, like, War Age videos that are longer on this channel. We've always done, like, longer experiences. Hell, this became 15 minutes. I expected it to be, like, 10. I wanted it to be 10. But I recorded a One Piece video earlier. It went from being what I thought to be 15 minutes to, like, almost half an hour. I like to just make my videos longer and have a more chill time with them, you know? I like to toss stuff on in the background and just kind of chill and do whatever. So, like, that type of video makes a lot of sense to me. I think we're gonna try and do that in the future. Maybe like one weekly, like, solid PvP video for 7 Deadly Sins. Because either global or JP, I can find teams to build. I can find things to do. We'll try and make it like a weekly, like, what do you say, Tuesday? This Tuesday, I'll have a video up of roughly about an hour-long session of Escanor, Red Arthur, and Red Gowther team in PvP on JP. So, looking forward to that. Because YouTube's got to kick off more. And I think that's a good plan for that. For right now, though, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know if you got Coin Merlin. Not a lot of people I know actually end up getting her. Or if they did, they had to go hard. But her banner's also bad. It has no sins on it, so it's not really that great of one. Hopefully that when they actually end up adding Coin Gowther, which is like the first big release, he actually has sins on it, because that would be really important. For now, thanks for watching, take it easy, and I'll see you guys on the next video. See you later, everybody.